I know it's been some time since I've done a social media review on a security company, but today's the day that your dreams come true, and we will be conducting a brand new social media review today. That review will be on a company called Front Range Patrol, and they are based out of Colorado. Keep in mind, though, that I have never worked for Front Range Patrol. I have never worked in the state of Colorado, so I don't know what the rules and regulations are in Colorado. I have never talked to anybody who has experienced the level of services that Front Range Patrol has provided, so I can't put too much commentary into that. All I'm doing is looking at all of the social media that revolves around Front Range Patrol. Most of that media comes from their own website, comes from their own videos, and that's what I'm basing this video off of. This video should not be construed to be derogatory. I'm not trying to defame anybody. All I'm doing is providing my own input. Just Sean's review, social media review of this company. That's it. You could take it with a grain of salt. Actually, I recommend that you judge this company based off of their performance, off of their wit. But you are the one forming that opinion based on what the company presents. Once again, this is just my own video, guys. A lot of security company owners get upset because I'm reviewing their company. Get upset all you want. It's just my opinion. Okay, let's talk about my background. Since most of you have been subscribed to the channel, you probably know what my background is. I got a tiny bit of security experience, and I got a 4-year degree, so that gives me full authority to talk about criminal justice subjects, law enforcement. So that degree helps a lot. Okay, let's talk about this company. So going through the website that this company has, I noticed that their vehicles are rather interesting. I went to the tactical response unit page, and I could have sworn I just saw a SWAT vehicle, and this is a security company vehicle. The first impression that somebody like myself gets when I see a vehicle like this, I think that they're SWAT. I mean, looks like a full-blown special weapons and tactics vehicle trained to conduct high-risk entries. Look, those of you who want to be members of the SWAT team, become a police officer or deputy sheriff or federal agent, do your time, do 4 years, 5 years, and then apply to become a special operator within the SWAT division. You can do it. It's within your realm of possibilities. But let's try not to take any shortcuts. So then I'm reading on the webpage, and by the way, I'll leave links to everything I'm talking about. And it says that the tactical response unit is responsible basically in providing security service. They also talk about that they're able to identify people on the property. Now, how is that possible? I don't know if they refuse. I don't know what the laws are in Colorado. Can you detain somebody who's trespassing and force them to give you your ID? I don't know. Okay. Let me talk to you a little bit about this tactical response team. So when I scroll down, there's a video that I can watch, and that goes to a YouTube channel of someone's channel. And then I see a video where there's one of the tactical response units, I guess, right? And looks like they detain a trespasser, and they have them sitting down somewhere. And apparently that person is supposed to be guarded by another security officer while they wait for the police department. And then all of a sudden that person takes off running. Guys, if you are an elite band of security officers, you're a tactical response unit that shows up in this SWAT vehicle, you should be able to control prisoners. If you, in your state, if you have enough to place someone in handcuffs and arrest them for trespassing, you have enough to have them sit down on a curb, extend their feet out, and cross their legs on the curb, not a bench. If they're detained, they don't have the luxury of sitting on a bench. Now, obviously, if the person has a disability, you have to accommodate those disabilities. So that really brings to me the type of training that they have. Do they have this special tactical response training that enables them to go inside of the SWAT vehicle when they're having trouble controlling a trespasser who took off running on them? You know, these are the types of things that you have to question. just to be, and what drives me kind of nuts is to me, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting this impression that they're SWAT because of the vehicle, right? Let me tell you, just to become a SWAT operator, do you know what I have to go through? Number one, a 5-month police academy. Number two, minimum of 1 and a year half of law enforcement experience. The average SWAT operator has about 4 to 5 years experience. On top of that, I had to physically condition, okay, because of my age and I wasn't in the best shape of life, for 8 months of physical fitness training just to prepare for a 2-week academy that involves building searches, hostage rescue, firearms, tactics. We conducted at least 40 hours of building searches. Most of it was force on force. Okay, gas training, you name it, low light combat. A lot has to be conducted in order to be a SWAT operator. So when I'm seeing this special or tactical response unit, that's what I'm thinking about, that somebody had to go through this training. Now, this company advertises that they're former and current peace officers, and they have paramilitary training. I just want to make it known out there to you guys who are off-duty law enforcement officers, or you're retired or former. If you join a security company, most of the time, you're not a police officer at that point in time, or you're not supposed to be acting like a police officer. Many police agencies have policies into place. If you make an off-duty arrest, maybe for like a trespasser, you have to report that to the watch commander, that arrest. Is that something that you're willing to do if you want to be an off-duty security officer? That's just something to think about. Let's talk about their patches. I'm going through the website, through the Google image page, and I see quite a bit of their officers wearing the Punisher logo. And there's even an officer wearing a badge that has a Punisher emblem. The Punisher is your Marvel comic character that represents American vigilante justice. If you get arrested after a shooting or you're photographed after officer-involved shooting as a security officer, you want to be photographed with a Punisher logo on your shoulder? And keep in mind, that patch can be shown to the jury, to the public, everyone else. It just puts you in a negative light when you do that. The question is, was this a justified use of force, deadly force, or were you executing vigilante justice? And then there's another photo in the office where there's a huge Punisher logo and it says Front Range Patrol on it. Is that what you want to portray yourself as? If it is, that's fine with me. That's on you. I saw a couple of guys, looked like one of the commanders had a chest holster. Okay, just like this. And by the way, this is a paintball marker attached just like this, or something like this. Okay. If you get into a scuffle with somebody, you're in close quarters, it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to draw this gun because you basically have this gun, and the other person that you're trying to struggle with. If this person in close quarters with you, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to draw. However, if it's over here on the hip, then you have a little bit more room to push this person away. So I've seen that. Now, I think that would work in maybe military operations, or maybe somebody brought up the fact that maybe the commander might not be the one on patrol all the time. He might be in an administrative assignment. I could see that. I could definitely see that. There's definitely a time and place for your chest holster, but in a civilian context where you're in close proximity to everybody else, just think about this. You're contacting a trespasser, okay? You're about an arm's length distance away, and you have this chest holster right here that probably doesn't have level 2 retention. The only retention is probably just in the molding. That's it. You think that's a good idea? I don't know, guys. Vehicles, they look sort of similar to law enforcement. The range, the targets were kind of amusing to me because it just seems like they're all bullseyes, right? Being an experienced range master tells me that they're either super great marksmen, or they're shooting from a static line, meaning there's no movement, there's no combat shooting, meaning that there's no time element. It's shoot as long as it takes you to get that perfect shot. That's what those shots look like to me. They just look too perfect, too perfectly grouped together, and with no time element, no barricaded shooting element, that's it. So I can't confirm what the distances are. Matter of fact, I just want to show you what a combat shooting atmosphere would look like. So let me pull up a target that I shot not too long ago, and this was to qualify for SWAT. I received a 100% score, and there's a little bit more stress here. Now here's another photo. This is in the SWAT Academy, where I qualified with another 100% score. And this one, I was a little bit nervous, because if I failed, then that's it for me in the SWAT Academy and get kicked out, look humiliated. So that's how my groupings look like. That's under your combat shooting style environment. Now, I could be wrong. Once again, maybe that they're expert marksmen. Who am I to judge, right? Okay, guys, that's all I have. Once again, don't let my video help you determine what you think about this company.